Well, let's speak to Florent Del Pinto. He's an Emergency Operations Centre Manager at the International Federation of Red Cross and Crescent Societies. Well, thanks for taking time to speak to us here on the programme. How bad is the situation right now?
The situation is really bad. We already have preliminary reports with more than 1,300 dead and many injuries and many injured people. So we really have a lot of needs, humanitarian needs, including healthcare, water, basic needs, food, shelter, and so on. And we still have not the full picture, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, how bad was the situation before? Because this was a country still recovering from a devastating earthquake some 11 years ago.
Indeed, the situation was already quite vulnerable before, and this crisis is a crisis on top of another crisis, if we can say so, because we already had a huge political instability, we had violence and insecurity in general, we have the pandemic of COVID, and what we also don't look too much is the fact that more than around 40% of the population in Haiti is food insecure. So we have a level of vulnerability of those people that is already pretty high, and we may also expect a tropical storm coming in the next hours.
There have also been reports of armed gangs intervening and sort of blocking the delivery of aid supplies. What have you heard about that, and how much will that affect your operations on the ground?
Insecurity is definitely one risk of this operation. As of now, we know that this road can be a dangerous road, but so far within the Red Cross movement, we didn't experience issues for the moment. Of course, we will have to be extremely careful. We may also study the fact of traveling by air or traveling by boat. We also have a lot of physical issues to access some of those areas because some roads are also cut, I would say, naturally by some landslides.
Briefly, if you could, what's the greatest need right now, and what can people do to help?
I think that one important need is obviously to support the organization that are present on the ground, like the Red Cross, like the Haitian Red Cross, who are doing search and rescue, who are providing first aid, and who are really extremely active to be able to support the national people there, including provision of basic needs, healthcare, shelter solution, and so on and so forth.